Well, hello, my name is Andrew Betts and I'm the Group Chief Risk Officer at EML Payments. It's fair to say the global pandemic has accelerated the use of contactless payment technology worldwide. And in this session, we'll be talking about the digital Opal Card pilot launch in New South Wales. The pilot involves a four-way partnership between the CBA, Mastercard, EML Payments and New South Wales Government. To help me explore the vision for the digital card, I'm joined today by Asha Cugati, Vice President of Business and Government Relationships at Mastercard in Australia, and Kurt Brissett, Director of Ticketing Solutions at the Transport for New South Wales. Thanks to you both for taking part in the discussion today.
Thanks for having us.
Andrew.
I might throw to you, Asha, first, but just along the lines of, the importance of getting the right key stakeholders, around the table for a very innovative and important launch like this.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for having me here today. I guess like any large project, and those who work in this tech and payment space understand how important it is to work with really strong partners who share your vision for the space as well as have the capability to deliver the solution. So for us, that's really important, and we're very pleased to work with both yourselves and Commonwealth Bank on this solution. And we're pleased to be able to partner to bring together what it is we think is a solution that really meets the requirement of Transport for New South Wales. At Mastercard, we believe in particular that transit-related projects such as the digital Opal Card really allow us to work together with government agencies and bring in our partners in the private sector to better service the needs of all citizens and governments. And for us at Mastercard, as part of our do well by doing good, it's actually hugely important to us to be able to ease the friction that we see in the public space and help commuters to have a smoother journey to work as well every day.
And Kurt, for you, I suppose you'd echo that sentiment?
Oh, definitely. From a Transport for New South Wales perspective, contactless payments has really revolutionised the way that we deliver services to our customers, and certainly the digital Opal Card pilot is a fantastic opportunity for us to continue to evolve that experience that we're creating. Contactless payments, we've seen it speed up boarding times for our customers, as well as reducing dwell times. And this has been great from an operational perspective in terms of we've been able to ensure that we continue to provide on-time services to our customers. We've also been able to reduce the costs associated with serving our customers by driving down the costs associated with cash handling, ticket management, and the way that we manage infrastructure, which has been great. I spoke about the customer experience. That's really where contactless payments comes into its own, where customers no longer need to queue at ticketing machines or purchase tickets or top up their Opal Card anymore. It's everything's really at the tip of their fingers, which is fantastic. Customers are able to still receive the same best fares that they've been able to access using our standard transit Opal Card, as well as we've been able to tap into new markets, which has been fantastic. Particularly our tourists, our infrequent travellers who have no idea what the Opal Card system is. They can really just access our transport services, bringing their own ticket. And also from a safety perspective, contactless payments has really enabled, particularly our drivers, to have a safer experience, and as well, where we've been able to reduce cash handling associated with their jobs. So it's really had so many positive impacts on so many parts of the way that we run our business.
And so I guess I think it'd be fair to say that open loop payments for ticketing. I suspect whilst this is a great initiative in New South Wales, you would see this being something that's probably going to take off, certainly domestically, and we've seen that working so well. But I suspect this is going to be the trend, worldwide for sure.
Yeah, well, from a Mastercard perspective, we work with over 100 cities in the world now on transport-related or transit-related ticketing solutions, and that's either from making sure the terminals can read the cards for tickets related to journeys, or also obviously on the payment side or the payable side as well. But that's a large number of cities that are moving towards these types of solutions because they see the benefit, particularly from a capital expenditure point of view. There's huge benefits for the government agencies in introducing these types of solutions.
Yeah, look, and it's exciting space to be in from my perspective. But probably one of the questions I think that the viewers or that would like to hear is just, I guess, the consumer experience. We talk about this a lot. It's something that we pride ourselves on delivering at EML. But what do you see as being the differentiator here around the Opal digital card as opposed to maybe the Oyster card, for example, which allows you to pay with travel with a debit or credit card? But what do you see as being the differentiator here?
Sure. Well, we're actually closely aligned from a journey perspective in terms of how Transport for London has been providing a payments experience for their commuters. Like the Oyster card in Transport for New South Wales, we have an Opal card, which is a stored value, a transit card, where customers first need to load funds onto it before they travel. They can either do this manually or by configuring an auto top-up feature, which is basically triggered when their card falls below a certain balance threshold. Our customers are able to access an array of daily and weekly fare caps and other incentives aimed at providing these customers who are really our regular commuters, but also our concession holders with discounts and benefits for travelling. With contactless payments, though, our customers are able to really turn up and go without needing to preload anything onto a card itself automatically by using contactless payments. And for us in New South Wales, any customer that has a Visa, Mastercard or Amex is able to tap on and tap off and receive the same fares and benefits as an adult Opal card holder. And so whilst we aren't providing the same concession benefits yet for contactless payments, this is certainly a facility that we're looking to provide into the future. But overwhelmingly, we were hearing from our customers that they absolutely loved the Opal card. They had a certain affinity with it and certainly the brand itself. But ultimately, they wanted a digital version of it. And also, we were also seeing that customers were taking to contactless payments in their droves. And really, the digital Opal card was about taking the best of both of these fantastic products and evolving the proposition for our customers to enable them to use a digital Opal card across both public and private transport and be offered an array of personalised offerings. Now, the digital Opal card is able to provide our customers into the future with things such as, different bundled mobility packages that span both public and private transport. And we can start to look at more innovative pricing products as well, such as subscription style offerings that better meet the needs of our customers who ultimately just want to get from point A to point B using whatever mode of transport best suits them. And with the digital Opal card, we are also really taking the mobile payments user experience to the next level by also providing our customers with a more personalised customer experience and an array of different self-service features. So we're really excited by the potential of this pilot and where we can take it.
Yeah, I think maybe just on that, it's interesting just how far that experience is looking like it could go. And Asha, certainly, just purely from the role that the scheme plays, here, and the safety, the guarantees, the assurity that gives to consumers using scheme product, which is obviously pretty important. But But it sounds like what's starting off as a pilot, but where potentially what future state is for a product like this, it's almost sky's the limit, because you're not saying it's simply just the ferries or just the buses. This potentially, or your vision is for this to evolve into being, a penultimate payment vehicle.
If I can just jump in there as well, I guess from a Mastercard perspective, in addition to the vision that Kurt has painted around how the digital Opal might evolve in future months and years, we also have a view on how these travel cards might help commuters have improve their daily experience on public transport, but also ensure that we can bring some of the bells and whistles that we have on our consumer debit and credit cards to the travel world. And by that I mean being able to offer things like loyalty services for catching particular trains or travelling on particular routes at a certain time. So incentivising customers to use public transport at particular times, or also incentivising them to use private transport at times if there happens to be an issue on a public transport system. So working with retailers, coffee shops, everyone in the ecosystem of travel to offer incentives to consumers to encourage them to change their behaviour from time to time. And sometimes that can be to simply ease the congestion on the system, or to bring other retailers into the mix of travel and improve the consumer experience. So, and we've done some of those trials in the US, but we obviously look forward to working with some of those ideas with Australian agencies, transport agencies rather, but also obviously offshore ones as well where we have a presence.
Oh, very nice. I think something I might just changing slightly gears in terms of, we talk a lot about the data and knowledge of our customers and, habits and tailoring products on that. So how important, Kurt, I might throw to you first, but how important is the data aspect of this and having a product that is providing, I would have thought, some pretty good insights into behaviours and that is that. I'm just keen to get the both of you your views on it.
Yeah, it's certainly access to near real-time data as it relates to the patronage trends of our customers has been incredibly important, particularly during this COVID period, where as a transit agency we've been needing to actively manage our services and our network so that we can provide our customers with a safe transit experience. Certainly, contactless has played an instrumental role in that. But moving forward, and if you look at particularly in terms of post-COVID and some of the recovery efforts that we'd be wanting to look at, it's all about ultimately how can we provide our customers with that more personalised customer experience. And if customers are willing to opt in and share data with us, then we can certainly use this to be able to proactively provide our customers with insights and options as it relates to their travel. You only have to look at incidents and disruptions on our network. If we understand what the travel behaviour of our customers are, we can proactively provide them with options or next best alternatives if there happens to be interruptions to their regular service. So there's some fantastic initiatives and projects that we can provide using that data.
Well, Asha, I mean, from my perspective, I'll let you drop out. I think certainly the partnership that we talked about at the beginning with the various the key stakeholders here. I mean, I think that we're certainly in a position to help with the the data piece and certainly using that in a way that's going to be obviously beneficial for end consumers, but also Kurt and his team and to help with other product type advancement in other states and or other economies.
Yes, well, I know that Transport for New South Wales has had lots of awards over the years, and Kurt's, I know, been the beneficiary of some of those as well, because they do they definitely are a market leader, I think, in transport agencies in Australia and actually even globally. Transport New South Wales has been recognised. So I think in some cases we like to bring in some international experience to help augment their vision, but really, we're lucky to be working with a forward-thinking agency that's helping us helping Mastercard inform our own vision on transportation and transit or solutions across the world as well. So it's good to work with an agency that's forward-thinking like Transport for New South Wales.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And Kurt, so I guess for the viewers also, but I imagine the keen listeners in New South Wales, as far as the pilot's concerned, how do people get involved with this? Are you able to share any commentary? I know it's still early days, but how do people get excited about this?
So certainly, Andrew, later this year, we're really looking forward to launching the commencement of this pilot, where customers will be encouraged to express their interest in participating in the pilot. We'll shortly be outlining how customers can register their interest, but there will be an opportunity. And listen, we're really looking forward to working with the community to trial this innovative product. We think it's very exciting. We think customers are going to absolutely love it. But like any new product, we're keen to learn through that trial experience, and we'll be actively encouraging our pilot participants to provide their feedback.
Excellent. No, that's good. I think that was the one piece that we probably hadn't touched at the top of the session, but certainly, that's we're looking at probably a December launch. Is that right for the pilot?
Yes, Well, at this stage, we're looking at launching in December. So the digital Opal Card pilot is something that's incredibly important to New South Wales government. We're keen to really better understand the technology and how our customers are going to be responding to it. We went to market in an open tender in order to identify experts in the field who are well placed to deliver this type of capability, and we were pleased to announce that Mastercard, EML, and CBA provided us with that perfect partnership mix in order to deliver this. So, following on from that, Andrew, as a card issuer, what do you see as being the main opportunities for EML working within the transport industry in the future?
It's a great question, Kurt. I mean, I think EML has prided itself on providing payment solutions, being that preferred supplier in some of the key verticals in Australia already. And transport's not something that we've had. We haven't just had any stickiness with that vertical as at the moment. So for us, when this, to be involved has been hugely important. It's a new vertical for us. We see it as being, a pretty big one as well. Albeit I know we're just doing a pilot to kick off, but certainly to have to be alongside a program like this, which is pioneering, but certainly. Where that potentially can go as well. It sits very well with our ethos too, and so we think it's pretty important to be involved with not only the transport part, but also with just to reinforce some of our relationship with government too. So again, I think it's probably those two pillars, which is transport and being involved in that, and also being closer to government as well. So that's really important for us, and super delighted to be, having this chat about it, and then super excited to see it go live, on the pays for the consumers.
All right. And Asha, following on from Andrew's comments, from a Mastercard perspective, what are the opportunities that you see for Mastercard's involvement moving forward?
Sure, thanks, Kurt. And I think we reiterate a lot of what Andrew said around strengthening relationship with government and being present in what is effectively a huge vertical when it comes to payments. The transit vertical is obviously enormous, And in fact, Transport for New South Wales would be one of the largest, if not the largest merchant in Australia. So we're very pleased to be part of that piece as well. But we also know from our research that when a commuter uses a particular card to tap on in the morning for their first payment, which is effectively the train ticket, they're more than likely to continue to use that same card throughout the day. So the card that they tap on within the morning tends to have what we call a halo effect around it. And with multiple cards in every consumer's wallet these days, we really want to make sure that a Mastercard is the card that's prioritised within their wallet. So if they're tapping on with a Mastercard in the morning, then that tends to be the card they use throughout the day. Obviously, when it comes to something like a digital Opal, which is available to use at a more limited number of merchants, we still have the benefit of those payments going across our rails as a scheme related to that payment card. So for us, really, it's about prioritising Mastercard as a scheme in consumers' wallets and in their hand for their payment, their transit journey.
Thanks, Asha. I think we're all extremely excited about what's going to be rolled out in December. It's been as Kurt mentioned, it's been a long process to get to here, but we're all aligned. Project's is moving very well. So it's probably just a recap. What are the 4 key things you take away from this conversation? Partnership, speed, innovation, and change. Really dynamic. That's the EML ethos, and certainly Kurt and his team. That's exactly what they're striving to do and achieve. And Asha and Mastercard have been, putting that forward on their roadmaps as well. So we might wrap up there. Kurt and Asha, thanks very much for your time. It's been super insightful, and I look forward to working with you in the future on this and many other deals very similar. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Andrew.
Thanks.